The changing of the seasons means it's a great opportunity to enjoy some of your favorite fall recipes.
Today's CI Kitchen sponsor is The Land Connection, and we have Joan Jack, Farmers Market Manager, and Eric Zarneski.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, with Diamonds Homestead Farm hanging out with us. So the Farmers Market happening tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 3
in
to 6.
Champaign. Is it kind of starting to wind down?
It is. It's starting to wind down, and we're getting ready to go indoors on November 6th to the Winter Market in Lincoln Square Mall, but we still have 4 markets left, and as you can see by this example of what's at the market.
Oh my Lord!
Well done.
I had to throw that in.
Thank you for doing
okay,
that.
Sorry.
We have a lot of choices still at the market. So there's a lot of still the summer produce, the peppers and the eggplants, and there's still tomatoes. I don't have any examples here, but at our market there are things like microgreens, there's winter radishes, and there's still some green beans, and then some of those fall crops like that Napa cabbage, and then all of the squash and squash gourds. We were debating what the difference is. We're not sure. I don't know.
Are microgreens just really small greens?
They are, and Eric and Diamonds Homestead sell microgreens.
Oh, good.
So
So
he could answer
He's
that
our
question
expert.
better.
please fill me in.
So yeah, they are definitely much smaller, as the name implies. Difference between a sprout and a microgreen is a sprout is root to tip. A microgreen has been cut, so there's no roots. They're a little bit older, and they tend to have more nutrients in the individual plant. So it's a great way for picky eaters to get a little bit more of something they may not be too comfortable with, or to add flavor just because things tend to be small and concentrated. I brought an example of some cabbage. It's purple. It is really loaded with good stuff. So if you're not like
Oh, yeah.
someone who really loves a good cabbage stir fry, you can just add that to a sandwich or a salad or a soup and get a lot of that cabbage goodness without really having that be the main course.
Is it a separate species, or is it just like regular cabbage that didn't grow very well?
It's regular cabbage. It grew really well, just it didn't get its full lifespan. It's that's about 12 days old instead of a few months.
Got it.
But all the good stuff in the plant is just this small instead of this big.
So at Diamonds Homestead Farm, is that your specialty, microgreens, or do you do a little bit of everything?
That humongous squash is ours as
Okay.
well. So we got a little bit of land. The squash is on that. So we have some specialty crops. That's a Kashaw squash. We've got pink banana squash, these large pie pumpkins.
Okay, tell me what you would do with this.
Oh,
Yeah.
So if
good.
somebody
So-
comes
Good
home and
question.
instead of just having it beautiful for fall decor, can you actually cook it?
most of these, yeah. One of the easiest things to do, people don't realize, you can just throw it in the oven whole. Maybe put a few holes in it first to make sure it doesn't blow up. Like, you want to let some steam off. But it's a really easy thing to do. Bake it whole, high temperature. Everything's got a slightly different one. And the internet is always where I go before I'm cooking, because no matter how much I've done, I figure I could always double check. But yeah, leave it in until the insides get soft, and you can scrape out the seeds, turn it into a blended soup really easily.
Oh,
Put it on a pan
Yeah.
before you put it in the oven.
Okay.
So take a knife, stab a couple holes in it, get all your anger, and then put it on a cheap pan before you put it in there. Yeah.
If I
Okay.
blew up a squash in my oven, that is definitely the last time I would
Yes.
ever
Yeah,
cook.
absolutely.
Okay, so the market's coming to an end. We got a few weeks left. It's the end of October, right? Last Tuesday in October?
Yes, 26 October is
And
the last market.
then what happens?
And then we move inside. So 6 November is the first indoor market, and Diamonds will be one of our vendors there. We're accepting applications. If you go to the Land Connections website, you can find a way. You go to market, navigate there, and then navigate to where you can apply if you want to be a vendor or to find out more information. And we just want to remind everybody that for our SNAP, the nutrition program, if you have coupons that you haven't spent yet, you need to spend those up before the end of the month at our market or at Saturday market, because those will expire, and then we'll have new coupons for the indoor market.
Ooh, okay. So what are you eyeing for
Oh, I
tomorrow?
always eye the squash because I love squash. I love cooking it. I put it with pasta. I put it in soup. I make muffins out of it. Yes, I love it.
And you
It's my
wore a
favorite
sweater to match.
That's right,
So,
on purpose.
when I was a kid, that was the color of the squash my mom used to make. I despised it at the time, but my taste buds have gotten better.
So much vitamin A.
See?
Maybe that's my problem.
Well, we appreciate you coming
Thank you
and
for
sharing
having us.
these.
Thank
and
you.
best of luck to you at tomorrow's market.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
We have all the details on both markets and the upcoming winter market on our website. All you need to do is check out CILiving.tv.
Yeah, we appreciate the Land Connection sponsoring today's CI Kitchen segment.